Once upon a time, in the city of Lagos, there lived a man called Liam Tolu. Back then, Lagos dealt with him the way Lagos deals with people who refuses to bend. Rough, impatient, without mercy. Some days, he would work from morning till night and still eat rice and stew alone, counting money before ordering for a piece of meat. Some nights, he would stare at the ceiling and ask himself if he was foolish for refusing shortcuts to life. But Liam had one stubborn belief: if I rush this life, it will disgrace me later. So he moved slowly. He met Rita. On one of these days, Lagos has dealt with him. Traffic and noise. Traffic had held him hostage for hours. His phone battery was dying. His head was heavy from noise from the bus he sat quietly in. That day he walked into the restaurant because his body needed food. Plastic chairs, low music, the smell of peppered oil hanging in the air. Rita was behind the counter, arranging plates. She didn't rush him. She let him settle in. That alone caught his attention. Most people rushed customers the way Lagos rushes life. But Rita moved like time was not chasing her. "Good evening, sir," she said. Not sweet, not dry. She was just being herself. He placed his order, and when she brought his food, he noticed she placed it gently, like she respected it despite him not so rich, because people these days respected money more than they respect human. After eating, he wiped his mouth, stood up, then sat down again. "Sorry," he said. "You don't look stressed like others." She paused, then smiled small. "Stress doesn't pay salary," she replied, smiling. That answer alone stayed with him longer than the food, because he saw her as dream-driven. They exchanged number and started talking most nights. At first, it was really harmless. "Traffic is mad today. Have you eaten?" These were this little conversation they had. Then one night, Liam asked Rita, "Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?" Rita laughed. "Typical men's question," she said. "Alive, peaceful, not struggling." That honesty touched him. She didn't dream loudly, but she dreamt safely. Slowly, they started dating. He talked of their life plans and what they hoped to achieve. They married quicker than people expected. It was a very small marriage, a gathering of family only. Some of his friends warned him, "You don't even know her well." He replied, "I know enough, bro. You don't even have enough money to get married to a wife. We will figure it out together," he would say. "She isn't even very educated," someone else said. "Me that is educated, what have I gained in life?" he answered. After marriage, money started coming in faster. As the saying goes, he that finds a good wife obtains favor from the Lord. Money started coming quickly. His business deals began to click. Oil contact that he had invested in long time ago clicked. Private investment matured. After 3 years of marriage, they decided to remarry again. This time, there was money. And they wanted a wedding befitting. Not because the first wedding was small, but because life had grown bigger, and they wanted to give themselves a proper wedding. This time, the whole of Lagos noticed. Cars lined up from one street to another. Black cars, white cars, cars with ribbon, cars with security following them quietly behind. Music filled the air before even people reached the venue. Drums, music, laughter. Food was everywhere. Eat till you are full. It was classy and full of bright colors, happy faces. Not the kind of event you rush, but the kind of event you sit down for. People ate, wiped their mouths, and went back for more. Blogs carried it first, then TV, radio stations. By evening, people that were not even invited were watching it live on their phone. "See wedding! Is this not too much? This is real money," people said. It was a massive wedding indeed. Rita stood behind her husband Liam, smiling until her cheek began to hurt. She looked around and whispered, "Did you ever imagine this, babe?" Liam smiled lightly. "We planned for it, and God showed his face." But even he knew that was bigger than what they planned. This was a carnival. After the wedding, Liam became busy, really busy. Work took him out of town. He became very busy, traveling from one state to another, closing business deals, always packing bags late at night, always returning with tired eyes and half-finished conversation. He was absent, but it was for the best. Just one more trip, baby, he would say. This deal is important. Rita never complained, rather, she adjusted. At first, she enjoyed the independence. She arranged the house her way. She woke up late sometimes. She visited friends freely and went to shop freely. It felt like freedom. But then, the freedom stayed too long. Evenings became quiet, too quiet. She would dress up, sit in the living room, legs crossed, scrolling endlessly, and eating any type of food she wanted. Pictures, videos, other people's live stream. She was always active online. To fill the silence, she joined a gym. At first, it was just exercise. Then it became a routine. Morning workouts, evening stretches. She liked how busy it made her feel, how tired her body became. Tired body sleep faster, huh? She liked that. Life outside the house was beautiful. Soon, they bought their houses. A mansion firstly in Lekki. It was modern, classy, and clean. Then Ikoyi, it was calm, respectable, and befitting. Then the ones outside Lagos, far from noises, just for peace. Vacation followed. Greece, Paris, other country where time moved slowly and pictures came out perfect. On beaches, Rita laughed freely. In hotels, she felt close to her husband Liam again. He spoiled his wife Rita so bad. On flights back home, the distance returned. Still, she smiled. This was the life she prayed for. After 4 years of marriage, their first child, Theo, arrived. Small fingers, soft cry, bright eyes, and he was so cute. Rita cried when she held him. Liam stood quietly, staring like he was afraid to blink. This one changed everything, he said. Theo was gentle, curious, always smiling. Liam carried him everywhere, at meetings, at family gatherings. My son, he would say proudly, lifting him up. People smiled when they saw them. Then, after 2 years, Oliver came as the second child. That one was quiet, softer, and cute too. He cried less and slept more. Then Liam opened a very big business for his wife. When his wife said the business failed, he nodded. When she said she needed more capital, he sent it with a smiling face. When her parents needed help, he helped. He believed a good husband provided, and he provided without counting. Mrs. Tolu was admired. At church, women gossiped about her bag and her skin. At school gates, mothers noticed her cars. On social media, her life looked perfect. She posted pictures of family dinner, birthdays, and vacation, and people wanted to be like her. Who wouldn't? One day, Rita watched Oliver closely. "He is different," she said one night, worry thick in her voice. Liam looked at the child, calm as ever. "Difference doesn't make weak," he replied. But Rita didn't fully relax. She held Oliver tighter. A mother knows when something feels off. Then Oliver became sick. At first, it was just temperature and some other little symptoms. Nobody panicked. Children fall sick, that's what every person said. Rita gave drugs. Doctors reassured them. Nothing serious, it's just a kid growing, they said. Life continued. Until one night, that night, Oliver didn't cry, rather he gasped for air. Short, sharp breath, like air was refusing to stay inside him. Rita woke up suddenly, mommy instincts. She touched him and she froze. Liam, she screamed. Something is wrong. Oliver's lips were pale. His body felt cold. Immediately, Liam grabbed the car door. He slammed the door, shouted, "Security, open the gate." That night swallowed their fear as they sped to the hospital. Inside the emergency room, everything moved fast. Machine beeped. Nurses ran. Doctors spoke in quick, clipped sentences. Rita stood by the wall, shaking. Liam paced. The doctor came out. "He needs blood," the doctor said suddenly. "I will do it," Liam replied immediately without thinking. "I will donate to my son." No hesitation. Rita grabbed his hand tightly. "Thank you," she whispered, crying. "Thank you for being a good father." Blood was drawn for cross-examination. They waited. A minute stretched. Later, the doctor came back. But something was wrong. He had a very long face. With a confused face, he said carefully, "The blood doesn't match." Rita laughed too fast. "Doctor, please check again. We are both O positive." Liam nodded. "Yes, both of us." Doctor looked at the file again. Then he looked at them. Then he said quietly, "The child is AB." A heavy silence fell in the room. Machines continued to beep. People walked past, but their word paused. Rita's mouth opened, but no sound came out. That's not possible," she finally said. The doctor cleared his throat. "We will have to source blood from the bank immediately to save your son's life." "Go ahead, doctor," Liam said. Blood was found and transfusion was done immediately. Oliver stabilized. His life was saved. Relief came. But peace didn't last after the hospital. Rita shared her testimony in church, with members clapping and thanking God. The pastor prayed for them. But at night, Liam stared at the ceiling. AB, that letter refused to disappear from his head. He replayed moments, the long trips at work, late returns he had, time he wasn't home. He told himself, "Don't be foolish, Rita can't do such." But the words were clear. He's AB. Liam did not shout. He didn't even confront his wife Rita again. He needed certainty, not drama. He went to the hospital alone, asked questions, and listened carefully. The explanation from the doctor was calm, scientific, and clear. That night, he made a decision without anger. DNA was arranged. It was quiet, discreet, and fast. Rita wasn't aware of his decision to do a DNA on the children. Their hair were taken without their consent to another hospital. When the results came out and the doctor called him, he took the call with fear. "Come to the hospital tomorrow." He drove to the hospital, lost in thought. When he got to the hospital, doctor spoke gently. "You are not their biological father." Liam blinked. 1, 2. "Okay," he replied in absolute disappointment. "Thank you," he told the doctor. He held back his tears and left the hospital. Outside Lagos was noisy. Horns, shouting, life moving, people moving up and down. But inside him, something has ended already. He went home, but decided to check with another hospital, and the same result was confirmed. When he came home that night, Rita was in the kitchen making his favorite dish as usual. She smiled when she saw him. "You are early, babe," she said. He replied. "Dinner is ready." He sat down and ate. He asked about her day as usual. She laughed. He smiled and they discussed. That night, he slept beside her like nothing happened. Soon, their 10th wedding anniversary approached, and people expected more because they are lovebirds. Liam delivered as usual. He rented a hall so big that it swallowed sounds, light everywhere, beautiful decors, flower taller than the tables. There were soft music, food was more than enough, colorful dresses. Invitations were sent out. Her pastor, her friends, families, even people who envied them came. Rita was so excited. "You are doing too much," she laughed. 10 years deserves it, Liam replied. On that day, Rita wore red. She was on crystal red, confident and looking dashing. Theo and Oliver marched in their white outfits. People stood to clap. "This is love," someone whispered. Liam stood up and tapped his glass, demanding attention, and the crowd turned to him. He started. "My wife has been my world for the past 10 years. She stood by me for years and has been a mother to my kids." Rita smiled. "I have a gift for her." They were amazed, waiting to see the big gift. The lights dimmed, excitement on everyone's face, and then the screen came on. DNA results. Everyone was shocked. 0% possibility. The hall froze. Then videos of Rita and her lover, the gym instructor, came next. Hotel visits, recorded phone calls, whispers caught on recordings. Rita's smile faded immediately. "No, please," she whispered. Liam's voice was calm. "You had years to speak to me, to tell me how my absence was affecting you. I have always listened to you as my wife." The room exploded in silence. People stood up. Phones came out and they started recording. Immediately, her pastor left the room. Her mother fainted on the floor after crying out loud. Liam gave her an envelope. When she brought it out, it was a divorce paper. She cried and pleaded so hard, but Liam walked out. By morning, the whole of Lagos knew. After the upload died, the divorce did not make noise on Instagram, neither did the court proceedings. Everything went smoothly. No court drama, no fights. Liam left everything: the house, the cars, and he left them some money to take care of her and her kids. Trust was the only thing he wanted back, but that was gone. Silence became her companion. She lived with her children in the house. Years later, she saw Liam. He looked calm, settled. He has rebuilt himself quietly, and probably he had remarried. After they exchanged pleasantries, he walked away. She lived to regret the decision she had made in life. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share my story. See you in the next video. Bye.